Welcome back to Dating Advice for Guys. Here we have our wonderful, lovely ladies, and we're gonna answer all your questions and help you understand the crazy mind of the complicated woman. Like I said, these are your ladies, and this is your question.
Now, ladies, my question is, recently I just got involved with a friend of mine, and I'm wondering what the rules are about friends with benefits.
So, our question is, what are the rules to friends with benefits?
Wow.
Yes. Ladies, how do you take that? Because we know that guys like friends with benefits, but sometimes so do females.
I think a big part of it is just basically non-exclusivity. Did I say that word right?
Yes.
Basically, the fact is that you have no commitment whatsoever. It's just basically hooking up with no strings attached.
But whatever the rules are to friends with benefits, you and whoever that person is, you guys have to make those rules. You have to determine what they are specifically. No hypothetical, no talking around the subject. You have to be straight out direct. We are friends with benefits. You are not my boyfriend. I am not your girlfriend. I'm not going to be going to your best friend's birthday party because I am not your man. Like, you need to...
Sherry, how would you say this? I feel as though friends with benefits, most people say, just kind of evolve, they just kind of happen, and next thing you know, all these things are happening. So how do they create that dialogue that you're talking about that is so crucial to set up rules? Or is there even any rules in friends with benefits?
My feeling is if you're bold enough to ask for the situation or get yourself into a situation of friends with benefits, you should be bold enough to have the conversation.
There must be communication. I think it goes unsaid a lot of times though, but I have to say, I think the biggest rule to being friends with benefits, I have to say it, you're being non-exclusive, you have to use protection. It's so important. It's so
number
important.
one.
Always, anyway.
Seriously. Well, especially too, if you're, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I also think that if you're doing friends with benefits, aside from establishing the ground rules with one another before you begin this relationship, if the rule is, which is a common rule, that if you're sleeping with this person and you aren't supposed to be sleeping with those other people, when you change your mind, or you add another partner to the mix, think enough of yourself and your original partner to say something to them so that they have the right to choose whether or not they want to continue in this allegedly mutual beneficial arrangement.
Don't try to keep a bullpen going.
Yeah, be fair.
That's one way to look at it, but I also feel that we have to advise you most likely and most definitely against friends with benefits, only because
it's messy.
No matter what, it is messy. And aside from that, there's always feelings involved, especially with the guy.
I absolutely agree.
And jealousy.
Especially with the guy?
The guys usually feel this kind of ownership.
And
then
girls
I don't know, I think girls get too clingy.
Well,
I think
for whatever the reason, I think that you're absolutely right. And
I agree with the ownership thing.
I think, personally, we really are not necessarily addressing friends with benefits because we're pro friends with benefits, but because it does come into play in a way in the dating realm, and
like it happens.
And there are major rules, but like they were talking about using protection, and
it typically has negative effects generally. I mean, you can't get around it. It's just not. It's not that healthy for you or whoever. I mean,
but the bottom line is if you choose to engage in that kind of relationship, then you need to sit down and have a very grown-up, direct conversation about the rules. And if you guys are not capable of having that conversation, you probably shouldn't have that relationship.
Absolutely. And it's a risk. There's so many risks involved. I say if you're going to take a risk and ask the girl out. Get to know her. Have a good time with her. She's probably going to be way more fun knowing all these different various aspects of her, all these different sides of her. Don't cut yourself short. Don't cut her short.
If you don't care about her personality enough to give her the honor of a relationship, to give her the honor of actually dating, then why are you wasting your time, between the sheets anyways?
Because she's fine.
Because she's fine.
All right.
With nothing between the ears, right? Nothing between the ears.
This sums up what we all feel about friends with benefits. Yeah.